presence in a smile. Love and compassion hand in hand. Forgiveness helps us understand. Infinite threads weaving hearts together, even miles apart. Through the laughter, through the tears, we find strength to face our fears. Infinite threads weaving hearts together, even miles apart. Through the laughter, through the tears, we find strength to face our fears.
Welcome back to Infinite Threads. I'm Bob, and today we're wrapping up the week with a reflection on everything we've talked about over the past few episodes. It's been a week filled with deep conversations about love in uncertain times, about overcoming fear, about how helping others can change the world, and about how love is the one force that truly matters. We've explored stories of resilience, the science behind connection, and even how quantum physics might play a role in this grand, infinite force of love that binds us all. So let's take a breath and revisit those powerful themes. As we close out the week, I want us to carry these lessons forward, because love isn't just something we talk about, it's something we live in every moment, in every choice, in every interaction. On Monday, we talked about holding on to love when things seem dark. We explored how love thrives in adversity, how people have shown kindness even in war, disaster, and chaos. We shared stories like the Christmas truce of 1914, where soldiers who were supposed to be enemies laid down their weapons to celebrate their shared humanity. The key takeaway? Love is not fragile. It does not break under pressure. It rises to meet it. In fact, love is often strongest when everything else feels uncertain. So if this week brought challenges, whether in your personal life or from the weight of the world, remember this: love doesn't vanish in the dark. It shines brighter. On Tuesday, we looked at how fear can control us if we let it. We talked about how fear often comes from things that haven't even happened yet, things we imagine, things we assume, things we let take over our minds. We referenced The Monsters Are Due on Maple Street, a story that warns about how quickly fear can turn us against each other. We reminded ourselves that when fear is in charge, we lose sight of love, of connection, of what truly matters. The takeaway? Fear is a story we tell ourselves, but we have the power to rewrite it. Instead of assuming the worst, we can choose to see with love. We can choose curiosity over judgment, compassion over suspicion, and hope over despair. If you felt fear this week, fear of the future, of change, of the unknown, pause a minute. Ask yourself, is this real fear, or is it just a shadow of something I can't see clearly? Love has a way of clarifying things, of bringing light to the dark corners where fear hides. Wednesday's episode was all about helping others, no matter where they are and how that matters. We often hear the question, why should we help people in other countries when we have problems here? But love knows no borders. The person you help today, whether across the street or across the world, may one day be the person who saves a life, discovers a cure, or leads a movement for peace. We talked about how love does not divide, it unites. When we see people as family rather than strangers, the world shifts. The takeaway? The love we give to others comes back in ways we can't always predict, but it always comes back. So if you found yourself in a moment this week where you hesitated to offer kindness, whether to a friend, a stranger, or even yourself, know this: every act of love ripples outward. You may never see where it lands, and it always makes a difference. Thursday, we took a step further and talked about real-life stories of people who came from hardship and went on to change the world. People like Nicholas Winton, who saved hundreds of children from the Holocaust, never seeking recognition for it. People like Malala Yousafzai, I can't even say her name, but she faced violence and chose education, love, and peace as her response. She really, she took it, guys. She got shot in the face, and she turned around and forgave. People like Einstein, who was once a struggling student, but whose curiosity, fueled by passion, not fear, led to some of the most important discoveries in science. What do all these stories have in common? Love is the through line. Even in struggle, even in hardship, love is what moves people forward. The takeaway? Your life, your love, your kindness, it all matters. You don't have to be famous. You don't have to change the entire world. If you change even one life, you have already made the world a better place. So here we are at the end of the week. Let's take a deep breath. What was something this week that made you feel connected, grateful, loved? What was something that reminded you of the power of kindness? What's one thing you can do this weekend to bring more love into your life and the lives of others? Because, guys, that's what it's all about. Not just talking about love, but living it. No matter what next week brings, let's choose to carry love forward. Let's be the ones who listen, who care, who show up for each other, even when things feel uncertain. Because love is the one thing that never loses its power. It is not just an emotion, it is a force, a constant, and the thread that binds us all together. Thank you guys for spending this week with me on Infinite Threads. If you found inspiration in these conversations, I invite you to carry them forward, share them, reflect on them, and most importantly, live them. Have a beautiful weekend, guys. Stay kind, stay connected, and keep believing in love. See you next week, and remember, I love you all very, very, very much, and you know what I need from you? Pass that on, guys. Later, Gators.